show, and good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Houston, Texas on a chilly Saturday night. It's the Toyota Center, the site for our NBA Saturday Primetime Special featuring the Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder, and a game featuring some of the hottest players in the NBA. And that, of course, includes James Harden. His incredible streak still alive. His scoring average, the most the NBA has seen in 32 years. Meanwhile, for the Thunder, Russell Westbrook, his streak still alive as well. 8 consecutive triple-doubles, one more, and he ties the great Wilt Chamberlain for an NBA mark.
Good evening. In the history of this game and continue to climb the charts. You take a look at what he does on a nightly basis. It does not matter how you defend him. His ability to create space. Look at the jab step, utilizing a little 1-2 step, creates the separation, elevates, continues to make the same move, but in a variety of different ways. He's going to get the space no matter how you defend him. And you know, these are shots he works on every day in practice. Again, this situation, it's 2 hops away from the defender. Whatever you tell him to do to create the space, he's going to do it and make you pay the price by consistently scoring the run.
Warriors of any other team in the Western Conference. And to me, Paul George, if not for Giannis and James Harden, would be the clear front runner for the MVP because he plays at both ends. Here defensively, blowing up the dribble handoff. Obviously, great length, great steals, can lock down primary scorers. And then offensively, Westbrook struggling, shooting this year. Paul George is coming through. Isolation game, getting to the free throw line, and then the catch and shoot 3 at over 40%. He's had some type of year.
He's had an MVP year, but think about this. The next guy, too.
All right, Lisa, some of the best players in the NBA on stage tonight, including Chris Paul. He's healed from the hamstring injury, getting back in the rhythm for the Houston Rockets. And the tip for tonight's game coming up after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
NBA Saturday Primetime is presented by HyperX Gaming. We're all gamers. And in part by Infinity. Empower the drive.
I'm not concerned how you're going to defend me. I'm going to be able to get to my spot and get my shot. The patience gets everybody out of the way and it makes a play. Jab step. You don't go for it. Well, let me back it up. Allow me to have this dance. Gets to his spot. Spectacular. James Harden.
Quarter comes to an end. Paul George with a huge start, 13 points. Meanwhile, James Harden had 8 after 1. Rockets by 3. For X Gaming, here's the play Billy Dunham was upset with. And he has every right. And as the 2 teams went to the timeouts, the officials warned both teams enough. Excessive complaining, stop it, was what they were told.
And here's my problem with that. I get home tomorrow, my kids will say, Dad, you are excessively complaining. Didn't walk the dog.
Contact and get the whistle and get to the free throw line is just sensational.
Mike Green says, oh, this is an easy one.
No, I said he's wide open.
He's like,
He is wide open.
he's like at 29 feet.
That's nothing for him. Meanwhile, it's everything for the Rockets and Harden here in the first half. Paul George was not happy with this call. He was hit with a technical as the teams went to the benches. Watch George landing in the landing area for Harden, but then as Harden came down, hit George in the top of the head. George upset, arguing with Aaron Smith, and picked up the technical foul. He also picked up his 3rd personal. So Chris Paul will shoot the technical. Remember, that won't go. And an excellent first half for the Rockets comes to an end. A 70-point first half and a 42-point second quarter led by James Harden. 25 points in the opening half. It's all Rockets through the first 2 quarters here in Houston.
NBA Saturday Primetime, presented by HyperX Gaming, is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Order online today at pizzahut.com for the best deals on pizza and get it fast and oven hot.
Gaming.
Nothing like good Texas food at the Toyota Center.
Well, some terrific Texas basketball in the first half by the Rockets. As as they are pounding OKC. Our first half stats brought to you by Geico. And the two big numbers, the three-point shooting for the Rockets, the turnovers for OKC. Lead was as many as 26, and it's 22 as they're set to begin the third quarter. And hi again, everyone, with Mark Jackson and Tony. A timeout as the Thunder have hit their first 7 shots of the third quarter to get themselves back in the game.
All the success, all the chasing down, the all-time greats, the triple-doubles. Ain't afraid of no ghost. Steps in rhythm and knocks down the long ball.
Time to check out who's owning the block, brought to you by H&R Block. Jeff?
Well, Chris Paul with 2 fantastic passes. Going to his left, throws it back to his right in a small window. And again, in a difficult window, around the size of Adams to the cutting for Reed. Looking at one of the all-time
All-side layup, misses. And a third quarter comes to an end. OKC outscoring Houston 42-20. Schroeder 13 of his 17 here in the third. It's a tie game as we go to the fourth. Run, and the Rockets back up by 3 with free throws coming up for Harden.
James Harden scoring, but other guys making plays. And Chris Paul getting into the seams, hands it off to Fareed. He does the rest. It's outstanding offense, making plays again, finding James Harden. Beautiful. Rockets up 3.
Here in Houston, James Harden's streak continues now. 29 consecutive games with 30 or more. Still a ways to go on the NBA record from the great Wilt Chamberlain, who also did it 31 consecutive another time. But Harden, great performance, 33 points when Ferguson committed the foul. We'll take a timeout. 3:43 remaining, 1-point game. Rockets with another free throw coming up.
NBA Saturday Primetime, presented by HyperX Gaming, is brought to you by Duralab.
Well, Russell Westbrook, another triple-double. 9th consecutive game, and that ties the great Wilt Chamberlain with another one of Wilt's records. He did that back in 67-68. He's averaging a triple-double for the 3rd consecutive year. Just incredible. He's 11th in the NBA in rebounding at 6'3".
But he goes.
Credit. Big time plays on the defensive end, sacrificing his body and giving his team possession.
The 36-year-old in his 17th year. The good hustle play. We're still tied. Just under 2.5 remaining.
James Harden, fear the beard. Turns the corner and tells Steven Adams, mind your business. Big time play by a big time player. Back in Houston, Thunder up 3. You ask why? I say PG-13. Making plays all night long, putting his foot on the gas pedal and refusing to take a loss. Offensively, put his team on his back, and when it mattered most, 13 of his 43 points in the 4th quarter.
And if you're OKC, you have to remember, we had the Laker game here where
Aaron Gore in Australia. Sports Center, midnight Eastern on ESPN. Down 26 on the road. Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and the Thunder defeat the Rockets 117-112. Our producer, Tim Corrigan, director, Jimmy Moore, of course, for Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, Lisa Salters, Mike Green saying thanks so much for watching NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.